Grayson, where's your cup? Where's your cup? Gotta keep, no. Don't touch those. Those are closed. Grandma will get mad. She has to refold them. She won't like that at all. Today on Warner Sunday Kitchen. It's a special day. It's Sunday and we're making porcupine balls, stuffed green peppers, and you know what? We're gonna take it to another level because we're gonna make the porcupine balls and we're gonna bread them and fry them in the frying pan. It's gonna be a great day. The kids are going wild all over the house. You'll probably see them all and hear them all, but that's fine because I'm Grandpa and this is Warner Sunday Kitchen. Really?
So I heard it.
Well, he might be downstairs somewhere. You might want to check all the doors. All right.
I only checked
All
the
right.
bathroom.
I got some garlic in here, some Cavender's seasoning, and I put an egg in here. I already made the rice and the bacon. I chopped up the bacon, put it in the rice with some green onions, and I already fried up a lot more bacon to put in the hamburger. All right, we're gonna make some porcupine balls. We're gonna fill them with cheese so it melts and it's gonna have like a lava when it opens. All right, hopefully it doesn't burn your mouth up. So let's get started. I already fried up the onions too, so I'm gonna put some onions in here. A few onions, and of course, you put all the bacon. You can't go wrong with bacon. All right, and we're gonna mix that up. Take about half this rice. Green onions are going to give great flavor. Take about half this rice. Put it right over here. Start mixing it in. Thing to do is we're going to cut the tops off these green peppers and take the seeds out. You can throw anything into this recipe, really. I did leave the rice a little uncooked so it soaks up some of the grease from the hamburger because the hamburger is 80-20, so it does have quite a bit of fat, 20% fat, so it's going to be very tasty. The rice will soak up a lot of that grease and retain it, so it'll be very moist, and I'm allowed to stay moist on the inside.
Well, I ate all of them.
You ate all of it?
Yes.
Wow.
Right there. I'm going to eat the last one. Ooh, how that came off.
Alright, there we go. All the heads are cut up. I'm just going to, I'll do 4 of them. All right, here we go. I'm going to put the green peppers in the adult batch, all right, because sometimes the kids don't like that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do that here in a second. So the kids, grandkids, are playing a very heated game of hide and seek. Very heated game, all right? Tensions are high because Wyatt's hiding and Weston can't find him. So they're wandering around the house trying to find him. So they might be in here, might not be, I don't know. What we're gonna do is stuff the green peppers right now though, all right? So you're gonna take this, take a little bit of the hamburger, and just put it right in there. Remember, it's got the bacon in it, it's got onions, green onions, it's got all kinds of stuff, all right? We're gonna take a couple and just make them regular. Just shove it down into all the little crevices in there. Make sure it fills it in there. If not, the grease from the hamburger will. So we want it to actually kind of come out a little bit. All right. All right, now what we have is some cheese, some string cheese. It's cut in half. All right. we're going to do is we're going to put that right in the middle. We're going to fold it around there. So somebody's going to get a cheese bomb. All right, I'm going to put that right in there. Like I said, pack it in there real good. Pack it in there. There we go. That one's going to be good. All right, next task. Just making the porcupine balls. All right, we're going to stir this around. All right. That. Put that one in the middle. Just like that. There. We're going to put it on. Sheet pan. Another one with some string cheese in it. That'll melt. Just be wonderful. All right. Make them a little bit smaller than a baseball. You can make them whatever size you want though. And of course, I always make enough for leftovers. So I love leftovers. The kids just ate some chicken fingers for leftover lunch. They love chicken fingers. So maybe, yeah, that's about the size of a baseball right there. And then some cheddar cheese in this one. Remember, we're still frying these. Still gonna fry them up in breadcrumbs. You don't have to do that. You can just bake these, make them as meatballs, do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with this recipe. This is a very easy recipe to adapt to your own. If you don't like bacon, you don't have to have bacon. If you like sausage, you can add sausage. You can add different things. I would suggest that if you're using a vegetable, I suggest you cook it first. Try to get all the liquid, as much of the liquid out as possible, so it doesn't crack open the hamburger and the cheese is all running out. And it just doesn't look as appealing. So there we go. All right, now I'm going to throw some green peppers in this one. Green peppers in the middle. Green pepper bomb. Somebody's going to get the green pepper bomb. They're going to be expecting cheese. No cheese on that one. All right, now I'm going to make one with some cheese and some jalapenos. This one's going to be, put a little mozzarella cheese in the middle of this one. A little bit of mozzarella cheese. And some jalapeno, because who doesn't like jalapeno? Well, everybody always makes fun of me how I say jalapeno. I've always said it that way. But I have no idea. But I'm going to stuff this one with some of that. And hopefully I get this one. I'm going to put it over here. Make a couple of those. Of course, I should have got the cheese out before. That's all right. Just me. All right, there we go. Some more jalapeno in there. Or whatever. Some green yumminess. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to fold that in. Fold it around that cheese and jalapeno, so it doesn't leak out when we fry it up in the frying pan. We're going to fry these up in the frying pan, then we're going to bake them. Once the breading is really nice and toasty. Might throw a couple in the air fryer and give it a shot. You know? What we want to do is we want to tell you how to make things, and if it turns out great. That's great. So that way you don't have to make the same mistakes. We'll tell you our mistakes. Well, you don't have to, because sometimes it's kind of expensive. You don't have time to make mistakes, so let me make them for you. This is just a catch-all recipe. Everything can go into these. Anything, almost anything. You can even put barbecue sauce in the middle. So it just oozes out when you crack it open. You might do that to the next one. I don't know. Try that. Try that with one of them. With barbecue sauce and jalapeno and cheese in there. See, it's all in there. We're going to bread it up anyways. It's going to look glorious. All right, now we're going to do that. All right, as you can see, we like our barbecue sauce here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this one out. Flatten this one out. Make a little pocket there. Okay, and then I'm going to take this spoon, get some of that barbecue sauce, put it right in there. Put the cheese right on top of that. Put some of these jalapenos in there. Oh yeah. And then just fold it up around it. So none of that good stuff escapes. We'll see if it turns out. You know, that's the greatest thing about cooking and being in the kitchen. The kids are running around. You just experiment with some food, you know? You never know. If it's gonna turn out, it could turn out the best thing in the world. It could be a life-changing meatballs. You never know until you try. So that's what we're doing for you. As you probably guessed, I got quite the response from the grandkids today when they asked me what was for dinner, and I said, we're having porcupine balls, right? And they're like, I'm not eating that. And I was like, no, I had to explain to them it was hamburger with rice in it. Because the rice sticks out and it's a meatball, all right? It has nothing to do with anything else. I had to explain that to my grandkids. One's 8, one's 7, and of course the 1.5-year-old, he doesn't know anything about that. But anyways, porcupine balls are really nice, tasty, because they have the rice soaks up the grease from the hamburger, and the fat is very tasty. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll these. We're going to put them in flour first. All right. I got the egg mixture ready, the flour, and the panko breadcrumbs. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll them in flour first. Get that nice and coated, okay? Just giving that a nice outer coating. All right, and then we're gonna roll it into the egg mixture. All right, and then we're gonna dip it right into the panko, sprinkle it with panko, coat it in there. You can even press it in there a little bit because it's hamburger, you know. It's gonna be fine. All right, so there you go. One done. Do the same thing to this one. Try to keep the cheese in the middle as much as you can. Try not to misshape them. Panko breadcrumbs, if you don't know what those are, they're Japanese breadcrumbs and they come out so much more crisp than other breadcrumbs. And they're very, very good. You can buy different flavors. I just buy the regular because I add my own spices to them. So, all right, we're going to finish this up. All right, now we're going to keep these separate here. That's the one with the barbecue sauce in it. It's got jalapeno and cheese in it. You want to keep these separate, all right? You want your 1-year-old grandkid to get a hold of one with jalapeno in it. It can make for a bad night. And if you got a wife like mine, you don't want that either. All right? He doesn't like the hot food. I like the hot food. What you doing, Gracie? You got a plate? You're all ready. You ready to eat? top of these.
Can I do it? That was
Yeah,
good.
smash them right into the top. Just put some right on the top and just kind of pat them into it, okay? Like this right here. Watch. See this? You do that, and then you pat them right on top. Okay? And whatever runs off, runs off. Don't worry about it. Just see like that right there?
They'll make it more better.
More better. More better.
Not more bitter.
More better.
I didn't say more bitter. I said more better.
Yeah, see, you just, here, see, you just put it on there.
Like
Just
this.
press it in there.
And like press it on there.
Yeah.
Like
That way when the heat hits it in the oven, it's gonna brown these on top as the hamburger's cooking inside. And some of the grease is gonna come up. The grease is gonna come up a little bit, and it's gonna soak into those breadcrumbs, and it's just gonna be an added flavor barrier.
That's good.
There we go.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done?
Everything's made better with
Want some more strawberries?
breadcrumbs
You're done.
and butter.
You want more?
But we didn't put any butter in this one.
No. That's the secret ingredient
That is the secret ingredient.
to every single bit.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Almost every single bit.
All right.
That you ever made. And his
We'll be
pizza-
back when we fry these up.
His
I'm gonna make some rice to go along with the porcupine balls and the stuffed green peppers tonight for tonight's dinner. What I'm gonna do is add some beef base to it. And just add a little bit. Don't need that much really. I'm just gonna add it right to it. It's kind of sticky. That's all right. Add a little bit more. I'm making 3 cups of rice because got a big family here to feed on Sundays. All right, I'm gonna add just a little bit of soy sauce too. Just a little added flavor. All right. And I'm gonna fill this to the 3-cup line. I'm gonna pop it in the rice cooker. You can't go wrong with a rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, go invest the $15, $20 it takes to get the rice cooker because it's perfect rice every time. It's dummy proof, believe me. I can make it real easy. I went ahead and added a little bit of those leftover onions also to the rice. So they're gonna cook in there, give it a little added flavor, and it's gonna look like rice. So the grandkids are gonna eat it. They're never gonna know. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna cut up the asparagus. Now these come with 2 rubber bands on them, and what I usually do is I only take off the bottom one because the bottom you're gonna cut away because it's so tough, it'll never get good. All right, there goes Wyatt. All right, here we go. So we're gonna cut off probably about 3 or 4 inches off the bottom, okay? And then we're gonna make garlic Parmesan asparagus. It's a family favorite here. These are already washed. Go. And these rubber bands they come with are probably some of the best rubber bands I've ever had, so I keep them. Alright, and just peel that off there, put it in a plastic bag, and then get ready to prep your garlic Parmesan asparagus. Alright, took the asparagus, cut it up, cut it the bottoms off, and I added some garlic Parmesan seasoning. It's the best. And then I added some Parmesan that's already been cut up. And what I'm going to do is I shook it up, and now I'm going to just pour it right out on the parchment paper, spread it out, and get it ready to throw in the oven at about 410 degrees for about 20 minutes. You don't want to cook it too long because then it starts getting soggy. And nobody wants a soggy asparagus. If you want soggy asparagus, get it in a can. Alright, it doesn't have to be perfect, just spread it out. And then I'm going to dump the rest of this Parmesan cheese right on top, make it a little extra cheesy. Grandkids love the cheese. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry up these porcupine balls in about 1 inch of oil. So half of it gets submerged in the oil at a time, and then I'll flip it over, and then we'll put it in the oven while I make a deep, rich mushroom gravy to pour over the top. All right? We're starting now. We're gonna start frying them up. Be very careful not to burn yourself. We're gonna fry 2 of them up at a time. You just leave them in there. Be patient. Right now I'm going to slice these mushrooms up just a little bit more, just chop up a little bit more for his gravy. We're going to saute in the cast iron pan a little bit of olive oil first though, give it that extra flavor. We're taking it up a notch today. Okay, we fried up the mushrooms. Now we're going to make the gravy with the olive oil that's left over from frying up the porcupine balls. It's going to be life-changing mushroom gravy. Very rich. I'll show you how. Okay, now we're going to make a roux. As you can see, we got some olive oil left over and strained from the porcupine balls. Okay. I'm going to add some flour and stir. All right. It's going to get a little foamy at first, but it'll go down. Just let that flour just bake off a little bit there. All right. Add some more flour to make a roux. This one's going to be a little runnier roux than normal, which is fine. It's going to be a very good, rich gravy. Very rich. So you let that simmer off a little bit. Away. Simmer off. This is simmering off some of the flour taste. There's nothing worse than a flour tasting gravy. Let's add some water a little bit at a time and stir. Because it's going to thicken pretty rapidly. Okay, some more water while that thickens up. Oh yes, a little bit. Just keep on stirring. It'll be fine. We have a lot of gravy, which is good because this is going to be really good gravy. A little bit more water. There we go. We can add water as we go. So what we're gonna do is add some flavoring now. All right, because that's just all that is flour and oil. So I'm gonna add this, some beef base right to the gravy. Right to the gravy, you can stir it. Stir it off the spoon. You can scrape it off the spoon. Alright. I need some more. You just have to give it a taste test. it rich. That's what we wanted, a rich, beefy gravy. I think that's what we have. We're gonna add the mushrooms. And of course, we're gonna use our pepper grinder that we got from our #1 fans up in Washington. Went out and got peppercorn the other day. And that stuff's gonna be really good. All right. Oh, I can smell that. All right, time to add the mushrooms. See that down right here. Cast iron skillet. Okay. And scrape those in there. Those just smell amazing. There. Stir those in. Now for the finishing touch. A dash of Worcestershire. And that adds that flavor to it that you just can't beat. Just bringing back memories of my childhood. My mom always made a great gravy. And then I got married, and my mother-in-law was an awesome cook. She used to make great gravies too. I've been surrounded by great food and great cooks my whole life. So, that's going to be great. Now let's recap. Okay, we made stuffed green peppers with porcupine ball meat, and then we made porcupine balls, but we didn't just stop there. We breaded them, fried them up, and now they're in the oven. Okay? We made some asparagus, some garlic parmesan asparagus. That's in the oven too. The gravy we just made, you were there. It's wonderful. It really is. That's all ready made too. So we also made the rice, the beefy rice. That is, and it turned out perfect. So stay tuned for the tasting. Yeah, Grayson is growing up with the dog.
Wait.
I forgot to mention.
What's the videos?
I put the asparagus in at 410 degrees for about 25 minutes. The meatballs are in at 350 for about 20-25 minutes, but I put the stuffed peppers in about an hour. They'll probably be done in about an hour 15 minutes. So I put those in early, all right? Of course, the rice is already done. The gravy is already done. We're ready to feast as soon as this gets out of the oven. We'll be right back. All right, let's cut this. Try to cut it like the professionals. This is right out of the oven. And look at that. Just perfect. These little medium rare, little bacon. Oh, that's perfect. Oh yeah, that's gonna be life changing. All right, I'm gonna cut this on right here. Oh, look at that. Cheese in the middle. Oh, it's gonna be good. Cut yours? Oh, yours is the bottom. Yeah. I'm gonna cut mine. I got jalapenos in mine. Jalapenos and cheese. Oh yeah. Okay, you guys ready to try it?
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot. See if it's life-changing or not.
This is so good.
It's crunchy.
It tastes like there's bacon in it.
Yeah.
It's not. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, it's crunchy.
It's crunchy, isn't
Crunchy
it?
and good.
That's really good. I can taste the jalapeno throughout the whole meat. Really good.
Wow.
So, all right, another successful meal. So yeah, I think it's really good. So,
Stay
and
tuned.
if you like, what's that notification thing, or what is it?
Turn the notification button and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And stay tuned for more videos. And bye.
All right.